Okay, today we're going to review what I consider to be the best of the Red Ribbon arc. Let's get with it. Number 1, Mercenary Tao. It's called the Commander Red Saga, but it should be called the Mercenary Tao Saga, since Tao is the main star of the saga besides Goku. He is the perfect archetype of the bounty hunter for hire villain, the most famous of these obviously being Boba Fett from Star Wars fame. The army had suffered one defeat after another, and they got desperate enough to hire a professional killer to kill Goku. Tao isn't as cool as General Blue, though he's significantly stronger. But he proves Toriyama finally found his footing when it came to creating villains. The cool thing about Tao is, he seems to lack anything resembling a conscience. He is the type that could gladly kill his mother or a child, proved by Goku, if the price was right. But he is not immoral, he's amoral. He's not a killer just for the sake of killing type like the Joker, and he's not a Hitler type who kills for the grand plan. He doesn't kill if he doesn't have to, but he has no remorse or reservation as long as he gets something out of it. Outside of my beloved Boba Fett, he is probably the best form of this trope. Think of him as Boba Fett with more personality and more sociopathic tendencies. And plus, he can throw something in the air and jump on it and ride it like a plane. That's just awesome. Number 2, great action throughout. Plain and simply, this is the first saga in the Dragon Ball franchise where the action is great from beginning to end, while it had been hit or miss previously. Number 3, Korin's training. Goku has to climb Korin Tower without any help, and without any handrails or stairs apparently. And he finally receives some real training from the smart, talking cat Korin. That's a little too short, but it's a huge step up from farming. Goku's first defeat. Until Tao, Goku had never been beaten in a battle by a villain. The only defeat he suffered was at the hands of his teacher, and just barely at that. Goku looked invincible until then, and it ups the ante considerably, when Goku not only gets beaten, but almost gets killed, if not for a stroke of luck. It makes Tao look cool, and it shows the series is getting more serious. Things I don't like. Commander Red. The leader of the Red Ribbon Army, with a saga that bears his name, is not just a crappy villain, but he's frankly an unlikable jerk. He has no fighting abilities, much like Emperor Pilaf. He's just a windbag tyrant who bosses people around, almost all of whom could easily beat him if he didn't have a bunch of henchmen to hide behind. He kills anyone for the slightest failure, despite the fact that he undeniably couldn't do any better himself. In other words, he is the perfect archetype for that evil boss that everyone has had at one point or another, and who we all hate, who we would gladly tell to take the job and shove it. General Blue would have made a much better choice as the ultimate boss of the organization. Speaking of which, number 2, General Blue's sad fate. General Blue was the series' first great villain, and his fight with Goku had a lackluster finish. He deserved an honorable death for an honorable villain, but what he got was thrown away like useless trash. I mean, Tao kills him with his tongue. That's right, he just used his tongue like a knife to stab him in the head. Blue deserves so much better. Number 3, Goku as one-man wrecking crew. Goku kicks all kinds of butt in this saga. He really looks cool as he's just one incredibly naturally talented boy with a tail, and he takes on the entire Red Ribbon Army single-handedly. But it could have been better. It is a perfect instance of Toriyama making Goku do it all. Why have extra characters if he can do it all himself? This was a perfect opportunity for Krillin, Yamcha, and even Launch to show their worth and help take out some henchmen. As it turns out, they come out to help only to find that Goku already got the job done. What a wasted opportunity. Overall rating, A. The first truly excellent saga in the show, and a fitting end to the Red Ribbon arc. Goku's first real challenge is where the series takes off. Now, the Fortune Teller Baba Saga. Number 1, the horror feel. This is the only saga in the franchise that has a horror movie feel, since Goku fights a bunch of monsters sent after him by a witch. For a horror fan like me, it's a blast. Number 2, finally everyone makes a contribution. This is the only saga where Goku gets significant and real help from his pals. Krillin gets his butt kicked like usual, but Yamcha manages to win a hilarious fight with an invisible man. And even Puar and his new friend Upa help out. And finally, funny, gimmicky fights with monsters. Lots of funny fights with the monsters, like a mummy using his bandages to trap his opponents, an invisible man who obviously can't be seen, and my personal favorite, a vampire that bites Krillin's bald head and sucks his blood. Things I don't like. Boring filler episodes at the end. This is the one saga that's not short and to the point. The main section of the saga is a blast, but it drags on and on while we wait for the next tournament to start. And we have several boring episodes, including Pilaf coming back for the 100th time. I didn't want to see him once. Now I have to see him over and over again. And even an okay but lackluster episode where we're introduced to our next great villain. The Devil episode was good, however. Number 2, the saga was pointless. It was a blast watching all the monster fights and all, but in the long run it was pointless. Baba is portrayed as basically one of the good guys, so why did she send our hero on a mini tournament when he could have died? Number 3, a step down from the excellent saga before. This one is weak, but though the saga was fun and I'm glad I saw it, it paled in comparison to the Commander Red saga. It was supposed to be a breath of fresh air before we got back to more serious action, but the lack of intensity shows. Overall, there's actually not much bad I can say about this saga, which very well could be the worst saga in the original Dragon Ball. And that says a lot when the worst is this good. And it only gets better from here. Join us next time when we get to see Tien as a bad guy and King Piccolo. See you later on the Hillbilly Review channel.